Welcome back, ladies and gentle sharks, finally, with the second episode of my review series, Shark Bites. But this time around, it's spooky! I am going to be covering games that'll be tons of spooktacular fun just in time for the best holiday. So, strap in and have your extra pair of pants ready, because you might pee them. Before I get onto the new stuff, I want to briefly go over Pumpkin Panic again. I talked about this game in the first episode of this series, but I felt it inappropriate to not mention it in a video like this, and especially since it got an update since then. I'll keep my yapping about this game brief due to this, since you can easily go watch that other video. But the gist of Pumpkin Panic is that it's this small free game where you start off farming before having a spooky run-in with this lovely thing, and it only gets more creepy from there. Your goal is to make enough money to get enough parts to repair this boat down here and escape with your life. It's very fun, and I highly recommend checking it out. It's free on Steam and itch.io. But as for what the update entails, it has mostly just quality of life improvements, but there are some brand new features in here. Like pets, there's a crow and a frog, and they actually offer buffs. The crow makes it easier to find coins, and the frog allows you to carry more water. Official names for the creatures: Mark is actually called Crawler, William is actually Shadow Pumpkin, Jeff and Jacob are Happy and Sad Clown, and Satan is Wendigo. These are found in the new bestiary. Jeff and Jacob, aka Happy and Sad Clowns, were given redesigns, and there is an all-new Nightmare mode. Nightmare mode is like the base game, but just 1,000 times harder. You get woken up by the crow like before, but this time he's warning you about something in the middle of the garden. So you go to check, and you see this pumpkin hacker, who mentions your previous escape from normal mode, and how he won't let you leave until you've completed his challenges. He also mentions a little pet of his, which we will get to later. You can give him coins, which will give you one of these challenges. On top of the usual threats, you now have to deal with 2 Satans! This bony version is called Albino, but I'm just gonna call him Bad to the Satan. He goes on a random path instead of following you the whole time, but he's still very dangerous, especially since he spawned in right at the start of the frickin' game. And then there's this octopus hacker, who is the little pet in question that the pumpkin guy mentions. Frick him. Oh, and Mark gives you no auditory warning, cause frick you. But yeah, this mode is ridiculously hard, but just as I slave over FNAF custom nights, I will slave over this. Maybe I'll even stream it sometime, who knows? Ah yes, my favorite spooky tradition. Logging onto TF2 during October is some of the most fun I've ever had gaming. For a long time during October now, Team Fortress 2 has started this event called Scream Fortress, which has had many recreations of normal maps turned spooky, new mechanics, hazards, and even boss fights. There's also been many cosmetics made over the years themed after the event and are only allowed to be worn during these times or during full moon events. Originally, one developer-made map would come out each year, but starting with 2015 and onward, Valve decided to have community members create the maps, allowing for more maps to be added per year. And it's only gotten bigger and bigger throughout the years, and the introduction of Halloween contracts makes playing through every map to progress an absolute treat. 2022 added a Capture the Flag map called Crasher, where instead of capturing the enemy's flag, you have to bring a flag to their base, and whoever has it turns into a giant, MVM style. 2023 added a zombie infection mode. Red team are survivors, blue team are the infected, and each zombie merc has its own unique ability. 2024 added a map with a cool hybrid payload-esque mode called Tug of War, and a map that added MVM upgrades in casual called Freaky Fair, and also a Halloween-themed Versus Sexton Hail map. 2025 added Afterlife, an arena map with a gulag-like area after you die, so you have a chance of being revived, among many other awesome twists on classic game modes throughout the years. Hey, interjection from future Logan here. I forgot to mention two maps. There is another map from this year called Marshland, which has a mode called Hold the Flag, and it reminds me of Oddball from Halo. It's fun, I like it. And there's also Perks, which I don't remember what year it was released in, but it's another arena mode map with a really cool twist on it, where it's got multiple rounds, and in between each round, your team has to vote on a perk to get, and it's super fun. But yeah, anyway, back to present Logner. This event has continued to remain my favorite Halloween event of any game, and some of the most fun I've ever had in TF2 and in gaming. In 2022, me and my best friend Sidian grinded out all the contracts, including bonus objectives, and it was so fun. We've tried to keep that a yearly tradition. I highly recommend getting a buddy, or several, together and just wreaking havoc. And now that the bots have been gone for a while, it's the perfect time to log on and enjoy the terrifying chaos. So what are you waiting for? Voodoo curse your souls, grab your crumpkins, rev the engines of your bumper car, and go have a blast. Now this next game is probably one of my favorites in this whole video. It's a game on Roblox. Okay, wait, just hear me out, please. I know Roblox has done tons of stupid stuff, especially lately. They're in really hot water right now, child safety and all that, they banned Schlep. I know. I am not defending Roblox the company, but just hear me out about this game. I know a lot of Roblox games are slop, but when talented developers come together, they can make something truly special. Doors is one of those games. Doors is a horror game created by L-Splash and Redibles, alongside their development group, also called L-Splash. Anyway, this game was inspired by another game on the platform called Rooms, as well as Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion. You start off in a place called the Hotel, and you go through door after door, with randomly generated sets of rooms, till you reach the 100th door. Then you end up in the mines, and do it all over again, but it's obviously different due to the environment and new threats. Speaking of, we've got quite a stacked cast here. I'm not going to go too deep on their mechanics, as Doors is a game where you learn from experience and your deaths, so I want to stay true to that. To start off, in the hotel we've got Rush, Eyes, Dupe, Screech, Hide, Snare, Halt, Ambush, Dread, Sally, and the main stars of the show, Figure and Seek, as well as Guiding Light, Jeff, Bob, and El Goblino, the only friendly entities in this floor, as well as a couple hidden / Easter egg entities such as Jack, Timothy, Void, Glitch, and Shadow. In the mines, we have all of the same ones as the hotel, minus a few, like there's no Sally, but now we have some new faces, including Giggle, Gloombats, Louie, Grumble, Queen Grumble, and Damn Seek, a boss fight version of Seek. Some of the familiar faces have new mechanics in the mines as well, but I won't be getting into those as stated before. Before I get on to the next part, I just want to point out that the first Seek encounter in the mines has a minecart section just straight out of RE4. Fire. Anyway, moving on. Alongside the hotel and the mines, there are 3 subfloors: the rooms, the back door, and the outdoors. The rooms is pretty much a fully remade version of Rooms, the game Doors was inspired by, but includes 2 new extra entities, one friendly and one hostile. These entities are all named after the door they show up at, minus the friendly one, who is named Curious Light. A60, who is very similar to Rush, A90, who is the new face, and A120, who was originally A200 in the original Rooms. And, as I mentioned before, Curious Light, a yellow light character similar to Guiding Light. They are nowhere near as helpful as Guiding Light, but they are clearly not against you. They still root for you to succeed. They just don't give you advice because they're a little prick. This place has over 1,000 rooms. It's pretty lengthy, but it's the one place of the game that used to still creep me out, just due to the atmosphere. However, it is going to be reworked soon to be more in line with the rest of the game, which I'm kind of mixed on. I understand why, but at the same time I really enjoy the rooms as they are, but we'll just see how it goes, I guess. Then there's the back door. This was originally added for the Hunt First Edition event on Roblox, but was kept in the game after the event ended and made harder. You cannot access it without entering the rooms or the outdoors once due to Curious Light also being here. This place has only 50 doors and is faster paced due to a timer mechanic. It is also essentially a prequel of sorts to the hotel, as it starts at -50 and goes to 0. I often like to start my runs in the back door first, and continue from there since the game transitions between floors and subfloors through a single run. The entities here are, of course, Curious Light returning from the rooms, who is a bit more helpful this time around as they put levers for you around the place to add time back to the countdown. They still don't give great advice and have a bit of an attitude. Blitz, who is essentially a hybrid of Rush and Ambush, the Look Man who functions similar to Eyes, and Haste, the main threat looming throughout as he is directly tied to the timer. There is also Vacuum, which is more of a natural hazard than an entity. It will be behind certain doors, and if you get close, you'll be sucked into the void, never to be seen again. Then there's the Outdoors, which is the newest addition as of me writing this script. In fact, it was only added about like a month or two ago. If it wasn't obvious from the name, this takes place outside. The entities here are Curious Light, yet again, the Groundskeeper, Mandrakes, Surge, Monuments, Eyestalk, Bramble, and the World Lotus. There are also these crow-like creatures called Caws. They're cute. You also meet Grampy, who addresses the Groundskeeper as Sunny, so most likely is either his grandfather or father. And as of the Halloween event this year, is also confirmed to be related to Sally, which was a common theory. Oh, also, Snare is back too, I forgot to mention that. In terms of aesthetics, this is one of the best floors in the game. It's really pretty. Instead of door numbers, it shows you the distance you've traveled, which is quite cool. It's a very unique experience from the rest of the game, and when you complete it, it spits you out at the halfway mark of the mines. I do overall enjoy this floor, though I freaking hate the monument entity. Those things can go jump in a hole as far as I'm concerned. On top of the main game, there are also modifiers you unlock after beating the game, as well as a lot of achievements to hunt for. I've 100%ed this game before, but I am still working on getting back up to it, since new achievements have been added. Despite some achievements being utter pain and suffering, it's always an awesome experience to be able to unlock new achievements whenever an update drops. I really look forward to what comes next for the game, including Floor 3, more subfloors, and just other quality of life improvements and other content. L-Splash, Redibles, all of these developers have created something truly special that has become my favorite Roblox game and one of my favorite horror games of all time. And it has inspired many people, for better or worse. But yeah, if you haven't already, I recommend checking out Doors. It's infinitely replayable, fun, and you can even play with friends. The game is designed with 1 to 4 players in mind, but you can go above that, even up to like 12 if you're frickin' nuts. There's even a Halloween event going on right now, so go have some fun. Oh, yeah, also the music is fire! Yo, yo, yo! Ah! Before we end this off, I have a couple of honorable mentions. First, there's a couple of games that I showed on screen earlier during the Doors section. There's Pressure, which I've streamed on here a few times. Grace, which I've yet to play but looks amazing. Foundation also looks good and I still need to play it. Then there's The Lost Floors. This game used to be called The Lost Mines, and it was a concept for what Floor 2 could look like. It was interesting. I like things about it, but its lack of polish sometimes frustrated me. But they recently completely overhauled the game into its own thing. The Lost Mines is still available in the lobby, but the new game, The Lost Floors, is so much more interesting. It's a Doors game with multiple mini floors, and the order in which you get them is completely randomized. There's also Rooms and Doors, which is a full remake of Rooms, with new entities and mechanics, which is great for those seeking a challenge. There's also Rooms Revisited, another game I still need to try. The last Roblox game is a FNAF fan game called Forgotten Memories. It's a game you can play solo, but I recommend playing it with friends, because it's not only more fun, but also the game is so dang hard without extra people. And of course you've got the, obvious picks, fun co-op horror games like Lethal Company, Content Warning, Repo. Lethal's been a favorite of mine for a while. I recently tried Repo, and I really enjoyed that. I still haven't gotten to try Content Warning though. I know these games kind of oversaturated the internet for a while, and everyone's calling them friend slop, but I say it's for a good reason. They're fun games, you can enjoy them with your friends without any corporate, modern gaming BS. It's one thing if these kinds of games aren't your thing, but calling them friend slop just screams friendless. Sorry, not sorry. It also doesn't help that slop has just lost all meaning with how much it's used. I also recently got into Dead by Daylight. I know this game has its fair share of issues and controversy, but I enjoy it for what it is. I really enjoy playing Springtrap, Michael Myers, who I actually went as for Halloween 2 years in a row, Xenomorph, and Ghostface. I eventually planned to play more characters though. I did play a tad bit of Oni when 2v8 was around a couple months ago. One thing I also recommend is playing Left 4 Dead 2 with 1,000 Halloween mods on. It's so fun. A lot of the games I've mentioned have multiplayer elements, so if you love playing games with your friends like I do, then you'll have a fun time. There are also plenty of non-horror games that have some spooky elements. I recommend the new remake of Pac-Man World 2, Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac. It's a remake of, Pac-Man World 2, which is one of my favorite childhood games. The final world of the game fits the spooky atmosphere perfectly, along with the atmosphere of the new post-game stuff added in the remake. On top of that, the main villain is literally named Spooky, and he's a big ghost. And Pac-Man's always been about ghosts and stuff, so hey, it's perfect. There are just so many games out there, whether they have spooky or festive sections, or just horror games. There's so much to do in the spooky season, so get out there, have some fun. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I'm glad I finally got the motivation to work on it. I want to once again thank my friend Galaxy in the Void for designing this guy. I really wanted to cover more in this video, but I was running out of time unfortunately, so I hope this video was still good. I hope I can start pumping out bigger videos a bit more consistently. I kinda lost the whole monthly schedule for a fat minute during this year. It's been pretty crazy in my personal life. I also apologize if my voice sounded any weird during this video. I've been having some really bad allergies lately. Anyway, I will now be disappearing again. Thank you once again for watching. Have a great day, don't die, and Jesus is King.